I think it's probably both. I think the overcrowding is due to the lack of carriages, but we've got the issue then of the trains not getting through at all or being cancelled. So it's a combination of those two things that is a problem. I think what people over here have said today is it is the overcrowding and the unreliability of the system that's actually concerning them. Firstly, to get the improvements, we need these train companies and Network Rail accountable to the public. That's the first thing. As soon as they start accounting to the public, that will probably mean we'll get changes. The changes are greater reliability. They clearly need more carriages. The timetable needs to be sorted out. But most of all, there needs to be one body that pulls all this together and makes all the elements of the rail system account to one body so that we can actually get the improvements that the passenger wants. I think there's an arrogance and an indifference to the public by not attending a hearing like this. We heard honest testimony from ordinary members of the public who came here to tell us their story. I think it just says what the problem is. These are people not accountable. These are people not listening, and they need to listen to the public. They need to make those changes. The reason we need the changes is because we've got to get ourselves out the cars and get ourselves onto public transport. If people are not using the trains, people are using cars, that in turn holds up the buses. The whole system is one system, and if the trains aren't working, the rest of it isn't working. We've got to improve it. We've got the Commonwealth Games coming up. Hundreds of thousands of people from around the world will be coming here. We've got to improve it in that period of time. Well, actually, the police cover the trains are actually the British Transport Police, which aren't the West Midlands Police. So they actually do a good job, I think, generally in doing that. So they prosecute any criminality on the trains, and the trains is seen as separate. We've worked very closely with British Transport Police on our safety programme, which actually covers buses as well. Or the British Transport Police don't cover the buses, but we cover the buses with the combined authority. That's been very good. It stopped a lot of the antisocial behaviour on buses, people smoking drugs and things like that. A lot of that has come to an end. We did a piece of work 3 or 4 years ago on cable theft. Theft of cable from the side of the line, signals and points stop working, trains are held up. The bit that we did is we were then going to the scrapyards and finding out who was actually selling this stuff and who was doing the criminality. So we worked very closely with British Transport Police in dealing with that type of theft, which causes enormous disruption.